opening variation, how much will that really reward you toward winning a game versus learning specific strategic methods, maneuvers, plays, or honing your endgame skills toward pocketing further points and thereby gaining rating points? You have to start at the beginning. Basically, you're going for an AP class in chess when you study Kasparov or Magnus. And if you've not passed all of your primary school classes, your fundamentals, your absolute basics, which are Lasker, Capablanca, Morphy, Alekhine, then it becomes very difficult to jump into science at a higher level. If they're attacking your rooks, threaten a queen. If they're attacking your queen, threaten checkmate and pawn. And in all cases, you can counterattack with check as an in-between move. Counterattack, the number one tool, recommended by grandmasters. A certain comfort zone soar toward playing correctly, grabbing space, an equal amount of space, having equal chances to win, not letting yourself fall behind in any manner, way, shape, or form by gambiting a pawn unsoundly, like in the Stafford Gambit, but simply playing good chess. That everyone should have an opportunity to become a better player. That is far more important than any individual win for rating points, because honestly, when you are a certain strength, the rating points just come and go. If you have a bad day, your rating returns to your true strength on the very next day. So there's no reason, absolutely no reason for anyone to be fretting over rating points or anyone getting help on any particular move when this is meant purely and entirely for training for actual real-life events. The secret to chess is not moving, by the way. That is one of the little-known secrets. Not moving, more thinking. See everything about your possible destination before.
I couldn't just play what I wanted to play in a position. I had to play what the position dictated. In other words, if a plan was organic to the position, it succeeded. But if I try to force my will, let's just say like the 4-move checkmate, then it cannot possibly succeed against luck. It's really all about your diet. You know, you are what you study. And if you study great players, you play great chess.
On a daily basis is always going to benefit you after the death of Tigran the Trojan. And on that particular Sunday, a young man walked into my establishment and told me that the world champion was dead. It was a Sunday morning. The Sunday morning Herald had the article in it, which he showed me, and I was so shocked. And I asked him, how are you so interested in chess? And he said that his father was the champion of the Berkeley, UC, California chess club. And that morning, I began playing him for 25 cents a game. And if he won, he would get the whole roll of quarters, which would be $10. And after about 3 games, I decided I had had enough, and this could not last. And I said, why don't I just teach you how to play the game? At the end of the week, he came back and he said, either my father is not telling the truth, or Berkeley had a really terrible. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. Jerry Goose, good morning. That's what I'm missing. I'm missing my multi-chat window. I tell you, I need to start a checklist of everything like an airline pilot, making sure. Well, these particular arenas, in fact, bullet in general, is not necessarily meant for our audience, so I'm limiting it to weekends at the moment. And of course, I have been designing mentally a Grand Prix event. I'm not sure if I'm going to run it monthly or if I'm going to run it annually, or how it's going to be funded to a certain extent. I've not yet decided. All I do know is that, well, there's the multi-chat. Let me just make sure I get my F4 in. I don't mean to give everyone the bird. It just happens. Uh-oh. For a moment I thought I'd lost it. I believe the first check-in for the first multi-stream idea / Grand Prix is to have a tentative run with no prize fund to see how it will go. Alright, we're going to go in this manner. Oh wow, Ron is coming out with guns a-blazing. Absolute guns a-blazing. Let's see what we can do here. Ron is coming out with guns a-blazing here. This is one of the ideal setups. In fact, it's my preferred setup as white against the Dutch. I like to play d4 f5, g3 knight f6, bishop g2, whether black chooses to play the Stonewall, the Leningrad, or whatnot. I like to play knight h3, knight to d7, etc. So now I'm going to present we are playing the white pieces. So therefore, how do we make this look silly? This way, that way, this way, that way, this way. Giving up on e5, are we? Do I wish to take or do I have to expand? I need to expand. Obviously, I need to expand. I don't have much of a choice in this matter. Alrighty. Bum, 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 bum. 20 seconds each. Didn't get any time warning. We're going to have to see about this. Where are you going, sir, if you play that move? Yes. Oh no, Ron. I was very lucky only because of the time, and Ron and I have not yet had our third or fourth cup of coffee yet.
Check out the amazing publisher, Chess Informant. The most important chess publications and combinations download. Even more info. Check out more special prices, plus my YouTube Informant playlist.
Oh no, I've been under the weather for days. If anyone did not notice, it was because I was not streaming. I lost my voice actually late Thursday night. I think it actually started Wednesday night. But I was under the weather Thursday morning. Lost my voice during the day on Thursday toward the end of the evening. Did not stream on Friday morning. Spent an inordinate amount of time in bed while still making it to school and teaching my classes. And, interestingly enough, somehow making it here, there, and yonder. All right, round two. Hopefully the music is not too loud. Oh, almost played that move.
Check out the best of the best. Chess Informant Prize winners and candidate games chosen by a jury of titled players from 1960.
I can play all of the openings. It comes from decades of showing the master games played by most of the opponents. Really? Are we going to do that? I am curious.
I can play all of the openings as well, each with varying success.
Indeed. Really?
The joke is I suck at a lot of openings, probably.
Indeed. And now we have this opportunity. So rook takes, huh? What do I wish to do? What do I wish to do with him now? I don't have much of a choice, eh? Ron is definitely going to pound me on this one. Not sure where you think you're going. Think you're going. Mm-hmm. We need to make up for our lack of peace movement. Yes, yes. I know what you're up to. I can't stop you so easily. Did he really have mate in 2 already? Does he have mate in 2 again? Ron got me good there. That was as good a fight as I could put up. This game is a lot easier if you don't lose material in the opening. Right? That is our mantra. So as it turns out, I think events should have 5 or more players to qualify for the Grand Prix, or should there be more? Scholastic events should not count toward the Grand Prix, only regularly scheduled events. So that means that if I do a 7-hour event wherein it's possible to get 50 points in one tournament, that event will not count. So whether the Grand Prix begins or ends with scholastic events are usually noted by an excessive proportion of lions in the event. Really? You're going to do that? Just like that? Interesting. Never saw that coming this way. Never saw it coming this way. Alright, what do I wish to do? The dark squares I am worried about. Okay, this will have to do. Interesting. This was all part of the plan. As it turns out, it will work out one way or the other.
Oops, I just got back. Did I get auto-modded?
Did you get auto-modded? I don't know. Interestingly enough. He's gonna have to sack it. Sack it now. Can I do this? If I take that way? We'll know in a moment.
When you
if
said it
it's
would be a lot easier,
possible.
I didn't lose a piece in the opening. I brought up it being the French opening's fault. And I think it was auto-modded LOL. Thank you for following Egan1A. I didn't realize because I was grabbing a drink.
Wait just a moment.
Hey there,
So
I checked your channel and it seems like you might need more engagement. I got a proposal for you by helping you promote your channel to gain active audience. And I'm on your channel,
OMG.
add me on Discord to discuss more bigfish _ 10 _. Oh.
Sounds great. Spammed or not spammed? That is the question. We'll know in a moment. Did I request it? No. One second here as I work this out. Thank you, Jerry Goose. So, Jeanelle. If you are not a bot, Jeanelle, why don't you tell me where you're from? I'll throw up a quick EXP. You think it was the French's fault? Hey, it's my birthday as well. Hold on here. 10. Are you a chess streamer? 10. Great to have you here. I was pretty sure that 10 You came into the Discord, I think. Or maybe I'm just hallucinating. Unfortunately, your name is not.
No, I was making a joke. I don't think the opening ever ruins a game unless it's like, or plus 1.5.
So you mean G4 on the first move? Or H4? That's a good question. Let's see that for a moment. Even G4 is okay.
My favorite G4.
Even G4 is okay. That's playable. This is playable. This is just equal. This is far more playable than G4. This is far more playable than G4 as well. So I'm trying to think. This move might be the... I like A3 on the first move. I don't think I can imagine any other move. This one is just equal. H3 and C3 are just equal. G3 is probably better. F3 is worse. Nice, nice. Great work, 10. So L, John L, E, John L, 1A. I'm hoping you are not a bot, and if you are a bot, let me, if you're not a bot, I should say, let me know where you're from.
Something like a dubious opening line like the Stafford, I could easily call a line that could determine a game if opponent is prepared enough. I mean, I don't know a lot of other dubious lines, so no hate to the Stafford.
That is no, that Stafford is clearly lost. Well, that is like an opening that is guaranteed as a relative loss. This is 1.5 points to the batter, right? No matter what. I've been torn between D3 and Knight C3 here for quite some time. Knight C3, Bishop C5.
I play NC3 and H3.
Yep. That's sort of where I had as well.
With D3 and G3 thrown in.
There you go. We're headed in the right direction. I don't even know if you need G3. I also like the idea of playing Queen F3 and Bishop E2, depending on how it goes. And Bishop E3 and castling queenside, and then I just shove this pawn. So all these, yeah, G3 is the recommended refutation, right? I think if they play Queen to D4, I play Queen F3. Even though Bishop E3 here is devastating now that I look at it. I've never liked these lines. So this one becomes a little, had become a little awkward, right? So King E2, it's like why I would rather have Bishop E3 in before I start to do anything. But I tell you, I've tried a variety of methods as white. I have lost to the Stafford Gambit. That is the annoying part. Maybe I've lost twice. Three times. Looks like I've lost 3 times. I drew once among 9 games. Chances are my opponent was a decent player, though. So let's see. Oh, Roke. Yes, Roke is very underrated, by the way. He is a Norwegian. So I've played bishop c4, h3 against him twice. Yeah, bishop c4 is just asking for it. Where's Ali Reza? Did Ali Reza engage with Ron? Learn from our mistakes. Can I do that? Yes. So basically, the Grand Prix should have at least 5 players in it. Or, because the words Grand Prix have 9 in them, should there be at least 9 players for a legitimate Grand Prix total event? I played Queen D2 of all things to win the bishop.
Eve lost to the Stafford as well. As much as it is lost, any dubious positional move brings black into the game. I do think the Stafford gets a lot of hate from people who just assume it's dead lost.
No, it's not. It's true. It's not dead lost. But it is pretty bad. But I can't believe I got away with this. Obviously, Queen to D1 is the only move in that position.
I enjoy playing against it as white. A lot.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that I like to play 3D4 against the Petrov, and I missed out on a lot of the early wins.
Zalakai created and donated our amazing belt sub badges. Please go follow Zalakai and watch entertaining and educational chess content at.
I'm surprised that these moves did not come in sooner. Done reviewing White's mistakes. That was my only mistake. That's quite crazy. In the second game, I made a ton of mistakes. Wait. Oh yes, I did make a ton of mistakes. I forgot which one was which. Queen of D8 was played. I guess that's the only other move. So that I don't get pinned. I'm also not on the file. So that way if D6 I can play bishop D8 and just laugh. Because this pawn will fall eventually. That's true. Now I know. Now I know. Now I know. Alright, mistake 2 of 2. I castled here instead of at least threatening the knight. Should be good, right? I thought so. Ooh, that's a good trap, though. The move they suggested was a very good trap. Bishop to A5, bishop F4 check, and if a king moves, queen takes. And if the bishop returns, then I get to simplify. Or do I? It is the second best move in the position. Alright, I've learned from my mistakes. And we have another arena coming up in just a few minutes. I'm torn because I have a Windows update in the background lurking, right? I have this massive Windows update lurking in the background. I think it should be negative points in the Grand Prix if someone signs up. In advance of the tournament and then does not play a game. How am I going to monitor that? Where are we? Weekend Ironman announcement. Let's do that. Control C. And the actor Michael Gambon. Who knows who that is? I'm not giving it away just yet. In 12 minutes, right? Yeah, I'm not going to cut the stream because I have another lesson at 8. I just realized this is the day when I have the lesson at 8. We will see in a moment, that's for sure. Alright, so this is a good job for a 3x5 card, or my favorite notepad, wherever it is. Here's my favorite notepad from the Gaylord Hub for Land Hotels. Actually, this is the Caesars rewards for the Caesars hotels. I love these little pamphlets that they give you in the hotels with a pen, souvenir pen in theory, to keep notes on and remember that you were there. I think that the standards for each Grand Prix should vary, but maybe not. Maybe not. For the first test run, we're going to keep track of the total number of points in a tournament across all arenas for the entirety of 30 days. How about that? And we're going to do it for the holidays, the month of November. And we're going to decide what can we do. What can we do? rigorous, rigorous, rigorous training Grand Prix. Total rigor. Just like the Stephen King novel. Oh no, that was Total Recall. Total Recall. We have Tan Atif. Good morning. Grand Prix. Is there another name? Prizes?
Grand Prix.
Nice to see you, sir. Prizes later. Test run November. Scholastics don't count.
In back, are we typing Grand Prix? Prizes later. Test run November. Scholastics don't count.
So let's see. There should be prizes for most points by rating category, attendance. I don't count, of course, for any of these prizes. Patreon. Patreon page.
Prizes. Most points by rating category. Attendance. Patreon page.
Let's see how we do. The Patreon page will be the page that you go to that would keep the standings for the current month. And also, if it were like a $1, basically in the past when I've run prize events, I've had handfuls of difficulty getting the prizes to the participants. So therefore, there was no actual way. In some cases, for me, I even started a Revolut to get money to someone in Russia. A Revolut card and account. And God only knows, you know, if I actually got that going. But Wise, I guess, is good internationally. Stuff like that. But I swore to myself that if I ever did it again, you know how credit cards or accounts will charge your account like 5 cents or 10 cents just to make sure that the account is real? And that way they know that you've got a valid bank account. I was thinking that the only way to ensure that I could pay people in prize money is to make sure that before they really are eligible for prizes, that they are already in the system as far as I will wish to give them. So I was thinking about a $1 membership at first. All prizes returned, you know? $1 membership, all prizes returned. Or we could have, as we did it with our break and run pool at Society. In theory, you pay out 50% every month and 50% rolls forward. So everyone who contributes $1 if there are more participants, then the prizes are greater, and there's always a pool of money for operating expenses and whatnot hiding in the background. So the accounting and everything would be in full view on the Patreon page as well. So basically, 50% of the money will be paid each month in prize fund. 50% rolls forward toward the next 50% of the attendance, whatever that might be. So it'll only be, in theory, half of the money paid out, half of the money, in theory, if necessary, for whatever, a larger tournament. In theory, the larger tournament later on.
Chessboard from Amazon D.
No, I'm not going to buy you a $1,000 chessboard from Amazon. So in theory, the attendance points could count, because we don't know if there should be a minimum number. $1. Exactly. Well, it depends on the entry fee. Remember the millionaire event that Maurice Ashley ran way back when?
No free $1,000 chessboard for the $1 membership.
In a way, it's just a membership fee of $1. And I'm debating on whether or not that $1 is too much for some countries. I don't know if Tan is here because he's in India. I would have to weigh up the... if anything, it probably should be a minimum of $1, and we could figure out those countries that might pay $2 to make it even. For example, I believe the dollar to the Indian rupee is... Alexa, what is the American dollar to the Indian rupee?
1 Indian rupee is about 1 US cent.
Oh, really? So, if a rupee, I hope, is not equivalent to a dollar, then it's a 100-to-1 ratio. Alexa, what is the Indian equivalent of $1 US dollar?
Indian can have a few meanings.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what is the Indian equivalent of $1 US dollar?
According to an Alexa Answers contributor, 1 United States dollar is equal to 74.77 Indian rupee.
That doesn't add up either. 75 rupees to a dollar. So it's like 1 rupee is equivalent to 3/4 of a penny, which is not cool either. I still have follow our podcast up here. I haven't determined yet whether or not the podcast is...
I got 1 US dollar is equal to 88.01.
Right, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was like 90% or 10%. But according to the most recent assistant... Oh, you did? So you went with Google, probably, because the Amazon device did not know it properly. Basically, I like to do this because I enjoy it. I don't want any animosity, but at the same time, I don't necessarily want anyone thinking that there's some major scam / benefit going on for anyone who can or cannot afford it. But at the same time, I don't want it to be worth nothing. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be worth nothing. Pegasus, we're experiencing technical difficulties. Were we experiencing some technical difficulties? Was that the sound issue, Pegasus? Where is my speech chat? I don't have my speech chat up. I apologize for all those people that I missed because I didn't have the speech chat up. Gonna make sure I didn't miss any other messages from Tan. No, it doesn't look like it. Tan, YouTube. I just have to write that down too. 10/19. 10-YT birthday. How old are we today, 10? Do not tell me if you're under 20 years old. Or under 13 years old. Let's just do it that way. Yeah, so basically a $1 thing will ensure that there's a way of knowing how to get the money back to you.
Last time I did a funny tournament, non-chess related. I ended up forcing everyone to make a throne account, and I just bought them items. LOL, obviously it came from my own pocket and didn't have structure, but it didn't risk security.
That's pretty cool. So the throne, no worries. 16 is a good age. Enjoy these years, no matter how bad you think they are, or no matter how bad a day you ever have. It always gets better. It is quite amazing in life. Assuming that you're not convicted of some major felonious crime. That would be a terrible day. But aside from that...
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what? In this game, Black's King is very active, but is he keeping him out? He is getting in there. Do we return? Or do we get aggressive? I was thinking the other way. We should get aggressive, actually, and not allow this in.
What if I have an arson charge?
The roof is on fire in more ways than one for you, I see. 10 on YouTube. No worries. We're here to get better, by the way. We are here to get better. Atif. I'm still working on my bird. It's one of these days I'm actually going to study this opening. One of these days I'm going to study this opening. Against knight c6 I have to be ready. Something doesn't seem right here, folks. Atif, the math did not work out. Alright, I'm very tempted here to do something different. No, not really. Not really.
My truancy charge is going to ruin my life, it seems.
Truancy? So what year are you, 10, at the moment? What year are you? I'm actually curious about the school system and how it works. I am going for it, by the way. So bishop takes, knight takes, bishop takes, knight takes. I think that this works. He took a bishop. I get to take a queen. He takes a queen. I take a rook. And it works out. It works out.
Well, you're only up a rook.
That's true. Where are you headed, sir? Got to get that piece out in order to affect the resignation, right? Once the rook becomes active, it becomes a piece. Inactive pieces are not pieces. So anyway, no one answered the question, where do you know the actor Michael Gambon? And what famous films did chess pieces appear? D4, G6, Bishop G7. He stopped me from playing my favorite move, that much is true.
Weirdest Rui Lopez Eve ever seen?
It is a very difficult Rui Lopez, that much is true. Here, there, and yonder. Oops. This is awkward. I didn't get him to do it, unfortunately. I did not get him to do it.
Oh, goodness.
I was going to be forced into this, wasn't I? I know I'm trying to get him to give up on certain things in his position. Like this moment here. He's helping me develop my pieces. And I'm worried this piece sack won't be enough. If I push it, will it work out? I don't know. But I know this much can be true. Yes, yes, It put my queen back
This looks
where
like
it
the
belongs.
greatest worst position Eve's seen for both sides.
Oh no, no, he gave up that one, but we have a little more to keep the attack up. He didn't see my in-between move. I don't think I would have resigned just yet. I don't know that I would have resigned just yet, Ton. We do need more coffee.
Nah 5 was an unfortunate mistake in the opening.
Oh my god. Oh my god, was it an unfortunate mistake. Maybe there needs to be a minimum number of players playing a minimum number of games. Maybe I shouldn't try to hold a note higher than alto. This is where anyone in the chat could ask me what I did with the money. Go ahead, ask me. And I will say, what money? And you'll say, the money I was given for singing lessons. Because obviously, I did not use it in the right spot. I clipped a number of TwitchCon videos yesterday. There were so many cute moments at TwitchCon. I was definitely suffering from a lot of FOMO. I had FOMO up the FOMO. So Ijon 1, Ijon L 1A. Those of you not already following me on socials or subscribing on YouTube.
Sub to our YouTube channel, please. With the
Oh
official
no,
Rust
a
Success
thief.
Dojo name. Follow for updates and impromptu instructional stream info. Insta, Twitter, Chessable. Use Chessable and join the dojo Discord.
All right, I've got it. I now have it. I know how to tally the points for the entirety of the month. Unplayed games do not count. For example, these 2 points do not count. I just figured it out, and I needed this unplayed game to remind me that unplayed games do not count. Basically, games that are not real, less than 4 moves or so. Let's just say, yeah, unplayed games do not count. That's the MC Dojo. I think I am going to affect MC Dojo for a name change.
Did you ever decide if you were going to hang out in your Discord VC or do any events in it?
I'm open to suggestions, Jerry Goose. You seem to be a little bit more fluent than I am in those extra things. Like, for example, I'm used to normal social media posts, things like that, and when my Discord was set up, no, it's tough. I don't know if you saw me fighting back with Ron Hay as I got my king extremely active earlier, by the way. But in general, Ton, never give up, never surrender. Dig deep. Dig deep. Try to activate all of your pieces.
I bring it up a lot only because I notice it's probably the least talked about thing.
It is the least talked about thing? No, thank you. There can be a Discord channel for this too, by the way. Discord channel for the Grand Prix. And I'm going to put it on my to-do list for the voice. I think there could easily be a reward for chiming in via voice on Discord. My first experience with Discord was a quite terrible one. Back in the day, I did not have headphones or earbuds at first. The only microphone and or desktop sounds were coming from the same device, i.e. a laptop, because then you don't get the echoing sound that you'd get if my Bose speaker to my left, my Bluetooth Bose speaker, basically.
Dojo legend and longtime supporter of the dojo, Zalakai created and donated our amazing belt sub badges. Please go follow Zalakai and watch entertaining and educational chess content at.
Whoops. So because there's a separate speaker to the system unfortunately doesn't separate it. So when I was streaming from a laptop, and I still am considering this possibility of streaming from a laptop, the system doesn't echo the desktop sounds that you hear. So basically, now that I've got them in my ear, nobody hears them because I'm on a desktop, obviously. But in general, thinking on his opponent's time, Tamp 69 or 694.20. Trying to decide what kind of a date this is. 420 we know about, right? We already know he's been here before because I've made the allusion to his 420-ness. Ouch, 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 ouch. I was debating whether or not he could play Queen E4 and Queen A4 to keep the knight supported. We'll never, never know. But now White has a chance for a very quick win in this position. Oh, he's blowing it. It's still in the works, but he looks like he's blowing it. Bishop takes. He can't take twice because of...
Yeah, doing big events in Discord would take some planning. Most people I know, if they just end up not streaming or don't feel like streaming, they just sit in their VC and hang out with other people.
So, like Jules Gambit, for example. I loved hanging out with Jules Gambit, for example. You have the same initials as Jules. I love meeting Jules. I haven't seen her streaming in a while. I hope everything is okay. Didn't she go to California to hang out with the Botez sisters? Or to move in with them? Or to do something along those lines? Where in the world is Jules Gambit? That's a subject that we'll have to address later. Let's see if we can track these guys down. Zalakai. Quadras Basky, of course. And this is a good one for discussion. But is she streaming regularly? That is the question. I'm always concerned about people. I'm concerned about Alexandra Chess for a few personal reasons. I don't know what's going on with
I don't often watch streams, so I have no idea.
Well, I mean, all you have to do really, on average anyway, not all the streams are saved, but you may... Oh, this guy came in. What's up?
Last streamed 4 months ago.
Yeah, you can go to their thing and say last streamed 4 months ago. Let's increase the size of this one for the most part. I'm always wondering if somebody is going to Greek gift me here. Oh, you got me there, eh? Or did you? Or
I guess
did
the
you
other
get
big
me?
thing is, if you wanted to check up on someone and had their Discord, you could text them.
Indeed, that is true. I am in most of their Discords. I just have to go to the right one. Is that what I want to do, though? Mildly concerned, mildly concerned,
Unless they
mildly
have the setting to DM them all,
concerned.
unless you're friends. I don't know how a lot of people actually set their Discords up.
It is tricky. That much is true, 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 true. True, 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 true. True, 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 true. Alright, so now this person is trying to get in. Can I just play F6 and get there? Get there. The Grand Prix talk. We're going to try to do an offer spiel event. At least we're going to start off with some rough Starting. Offer, spiel, talk. Offer, spiel, talk. Offer, spiel, talk. Offer, spiel, talk. What do I have here, here, here? So do I want to simplify this at all? Here a check, there a check, everywhere a check, check. Which piece is better? And now. What is the fastest way to attack that one? This way. I was very lucky there too. So yeah, the Grand Prix is going to be run on a monthly basis. We'll see how many participants we have, as we are going to have to Can I play it this way? Knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes. Did I fall for it? I think I did this before. But we have enough counterplay to make it all worthwhile. Really, you're going to do that to me? If I want to generate winning chances, I have to do what I have to do. I have to do what I have to do.
Gotta love the end games.
Gotta love them. Got to love them. Just gotta keep improving your worst placed piece. Just keep improving your worst placed piece. Can I play it that way? I think I can. I'll know more later. And now he has a chance to do it. How do I make his bishops correct or not? Oh no. Oh, did we trick him? Oh, did he trick us? Pawn, pawn, pawn. Did he draw me? I don't think so. Wow, I won this game? That's hard to believe that I won this game. That's craziness. Absolute craziness that I won this game. I can't believe he let me win this game. Can't believe he let me win that game. He had a draw if he traded bishops, right?
Good endgame lesson.
All he had to do was trade bishops. His king looked bad, but it wasn't actually bad. OMG, I was so lucky, 10. That's alright, you just have to be confident. In fact, you were trying to win when you should just put your king in front of the pawn. I cannot push that pawn through without trading bishops. It's supposed to be above the board. Did we have any time left? I don't think so. The pairings are now closed. I was very, very lucky, everyone. I want to thank Tan for finishing in first place. I don't count, by the way, traditionally. I have never counted.
Good tourney for you, though.
Thank you so much, Cherry Goose. Yeah, I got my recommended 3.5 to 4 hours of sleep a long time ago. I woke up very early. I think I fell asleep around 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock last night.
I got
Woke
like
up
6
at 2
hours.
o'clock in the morning, and I've been up ever since. Maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I do believe that 6 hours is ideally enough. What a good performance. What a good performance. So here we go. Here's how I'm going to basically be able to do it. And I will also go by opening codes.
I used to think 6 hours was the recommended amount until people told me it was 8, but I always slept for 6.
Well, you might have made your sleep cycle 6 out of conditioning, proper conditioning, basically. By proper conditioning. No, not trash. Calm, composed, and assertive. Calm, composed, and assertive. CCA, like Continental Chess Association here in the United States. Calm, composed, and assertive. If you really must, you could put that acronym into use. Another acronym I like is having a good damn game. That is discipline, ambition, and mindset. Discipline, ambition, mindset. That will carry you through most difficult situations.
6 hours, I assume, is probably still a healthy amount.
6 hours is a healthy amount. The awkwardness that exists is when you are getting half of a sleep cycle. So if your sleep cycle is 3.5 hours and 7 hours is you need 2 sleep cycles, you know when your sleep cycle ends because your body wakes up and tells you you need water. Because you're dehydrated, your body wakes you up because you need to use the facilities in the middle of the night, or your body wakes you up because the temperature in the room is not correct and you have to wake up, walk over to the thermostat, maybe you change the temperature, you close the window. Prior to that moment, you would not know, because you're in a deep sleep cycle, that it is too cold in the room. And then at some point near the end of your sleep cycle, your body says, hey, why is it so cold? You get up and you close the window, or you open the window, or you turn on the air conditioner, or you turn down the heat, whatever the case might be. The sleep cycle is the complete period of sleep. The way I understood it, I'm not a doctor, I am not a sleep specialist, but apparently the sleep, and that's why I'm throwing out the disclaimer, the sleep cycle can be contained, and then you can wake up at the end of your sleep cycle and do whatever you'd like to do in theory. Most people, like I think George Bush was famous for a 4-hour sleep cycle most recently. He basically slept for 4 hours, he would get up and he would be getting stuff done. Pardon me, I almost used a different S word. But in any event, I am curious as to where I will go from here. There's someone I've never raided here. And I guess perhaps we will do that one. For what little viewership we have, this will be a hopeful surprise for you. But we'll see. Oh, no, she's got the settings that she can only follow. So we'll raid the other fellow. Chess Gamerin is probably going to fall off my follow list. But let's see how many we raid with first. If I only have one actual viewer, I understand that Chess Gamerin did not want any raids from one. So therefore, have a great day, everybody. Namaste, cheers and ciao. Thank you all for being here. Tan and company, please. Thank you, Jerry Goose. Namaste, everyone.